In this video, I set out to unite a fractured Italy. Would my choice of unique leadership be enough to defeat several major factions to do so? Watch the video to see. Welcome back to my channel, everyone! As you can see, we have a bit of a different starting setup. That's because today we are in the world of Kaiserredux. And this actually is my first go in a Kaiserredux world. Interestingly enough, I've been playing for over 1,000 hours and I've yet to play Kaiserredux. And today we'll be playing as the Two Sicilies. So let's just hop right on into it. Alright, so here we are in the Two Sicilies. We start off with 10 divisions. They actually are equipped. We do have 100,000 manpower, not a lot of war support, but a good amount of stability even. And honestly, not a terrible start for us today. And here is our focus tree. We have a lot of things here, but really all we can do is these two focuses here. We can do the future of the Mezzogiorno or the Royal Armed Forces. We're going to start off with a bit of industrializing. And we even have Giovanni Messi, the best Italian general in Vanilla Hoi 4. So as you can see, Italy is pretty fractured right now. We have the Papal State, which controls Rome. We actually guarantee them, and they guarantee us. We also have the Socialist Republic of Italy under Giuseppe Di Vittorio, who is the syndicalist. He is part of the Third Internationale. And up here we have Lombardy, Venetia, part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So if we are to unite Italy today, we'll have to fight some pretty major factions. We have Ferdinando III in charge of our country today. We have an unclear identity in Italy. We do have a maritime industry in Sicily, and we do have land issues and an organized crime issue. And here is Black Monday, minus 15% stability, minus 40% construction speed output, and minus 15% stability. That is terrible. Okay, and it looks like, I think Austria-Hungary just, yeah, they did. They backed out of Italy, so now we just have the Republic of Italy up here in the north. They're not part of Austria anymore. Okay, that's pretty good. One less major power to potentially fight if we are to reunite Italy. Crime and poverty are rising in our nation. Stability is decreasing rapidly, and we have the Noble Legion, and based on these pictures, pretty much guess what these guys are about. Let's also train up 2 divisions while we have the manpower, and slowly but surely our units will start to become equipped. They're actually 18 width with a bit of support artillery, so that's not too bad. Alright, looks like there's a new pope as well. Adrian the 7th has been elected as the pope. There he is. See, I'm not quite sure how this world is going to go and how we're going to go about uniting Italy again. All of this economic strife is causing us to have minus 50% construction speed. And yeah, this civ that we've started on at the very start of the game will be done in 1940, almost 1941, if we are to keep going at this rate. That's not very good. Since this is my first real go-around in Kaiserredux, I don't really know a lot of the good schizo paths or the fun paths that we can play, so let me know in the comments some fun paths that I could play as, some fun nations even. I know there's so much content here in Kaiserredux, so let me know your guys' favorite one, or something you'd like to see me play. There we go, we'll keep industrializing, some heavy industry incentives, some more civs, and Evola has declared a march on Naples. Let's see what happens with this. I'm kind of curious to see. And here is the march. We can either stand our ground and the Legion becomes broken, or the king can flee and the Legion takes power. And unfortunately for you, Ferdinando III, you are out of here, son. The king has fled and the Legion takes power. My god. Now we are led by Julius Evola. Now we have a new flag. It kind of reminds me of the Prussian flag. And yes, so now that we have our leader here, we do have our option to ride the tiger and start doing our path here. And also, we can start dealing with Black Monday. So we might as well do the worst that's over and start fixing our economy first. I'd rather do that right now. We are now the Legion of Two Sicilies, I should note. And we no longer really have an affinity towards the Pope. And yeah, our stability is now in the negatives, and we have a weekly change of negative 0.3%. So we might as well head over to riding the tiger, and then we'll do Knights of the Grail, which gives us plus 0.1% weekly stability, so then we'll only be at minus 0.2%. That seems like a quick and easy thing for us to do right now, so we might as well. Look at this, the Northern Catholics have been suppressed by the evil Socialist Republic of Italy, and our relations have decreased to minus 200. Yeah, we're already up to 14 whole divisions. Papal State is requesting one of us. They want us to handle their international debts. No thank you guys. We don't guarantee each other anymore. You guys are on your own. And Italian democracy survives. The Republic of Italy, so these guys are staying democratic, it seems. And next up, I'm going to keep industrializing. We'll grab some mills here from these two focuses, and then some more here, as well as some civs, construction speed, and factory output. We still haven't built this civ that we've been working on since the start of the game. Safe to say our industry is pretty slow, but hopefully we can get this thing back online with what we're doing now. Well, and as I say that, here's the Second American Civil War, and my game now is running considerably slower than it just was. There's certainly a lot going on, tons of wars. What is going on over here? The Pan-Buddhist National Liberation Front. Who is in charge of this? Mongolia is the leader, okay. And of course, it's this guy. the Mad Baron. There we go. Industrial development effort is done. Now let's head on down to our political tree once again, and we'll start doing these few focuses here, and eventually we'll get to a real king, and the king will arrive and order will be restored. So I'm looking forward to that. We're about to finally complete the civ that we've been working on since the start of the game. There we go. Let's throw a celebration. This is a massive event for us today. Punishment for thievery. There's organized bandits. What shall be the new penalty for a crime that cannot be afforded when we battle the forces of chaos? Let's see. 2 fingers, 1 hand, or their life. Now, listen, this 5% stability could go a long way when we're at negative 9%. So I'm just gonna sneakily just hit that, and yeah, I guess we'll move on, right? Parliament has been raised by the Legion, who are currently in charge, and the leader Evola has said this is the first step of many, from a material world to a spiritual one. I don't know if these guys are sort of stable. I mean, we're definitely at minus 11% stability, and the fight for tradition is giving us minus 35% stability and minus 0.3% weekly. Okay, what is going on? Knights of the Grail oh my goodness. Finally, we can do a real king, a 20-day focus. The king will arrive and order shall be restored. And the king arrives. Long live Emmanuel III. Here he is, Victor Emmanuel III. He's out of exile and he is now in charge of the Kingdom of Sicily. So we can do anti-clericalism. Catholic resistance will strengthen. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Well, here is that Catholic resistance. We have a minor papal resistance, less political power and stability, and here's even less political power and stability, because now we have major papal resistance. And Sicily, of course, is resisting. The Sicilian Mafia, you say, has been acting in conjunction with local rebels to oppose our rule over the region. We can either embargo the island to starve out the Sicilians, becomes a demilitarized zone, or yeah, we can send the Legion to capture it at all costs. Let's do that. Oh no, who could have seen this coming? A disaster at Palermo. The Legion then suffered irreplaceable losses as they faced off against an entirely hostile populace, and we were entirely wiped out before we could even reach Palermo, and with the Legion destroyed, Evola and a remaining detachment of loyal Grail Knights are no longer here with us before rebels could capture them. With the downfall of Evola and the collapse of the Noble Legion, the fate of southern Italy is uncertain. The Mezzogiorno descends into chaos. And here we are, the fate of the Mezzogiorno. So now we can choose a leader for this new nation after weeks of fighting and instability. It'll be Don Vizzini and the Casa Nostra, Riccardo Lombardi and the PCL, or the Neo-Sanfedisti. You've seen the title, we're going with the Don. Don Vizzini and the Casa Nostra have seized the Mezzogiorno, and we've completed the focus automatically. And here is Calogero Vizzini as the new leader of our nation. He's a criminal overlord, 5% construction speed and efficiency cap for us. Not too bad. We are now led by, yes, the Mafia. And we are the state of Sicily and Naples now, and we do have a new flag as well to go along with it. And that has unlocked this part of our focus tree now. Let's grab this focus here for 0.5% weekly stability and 10% political power gain with the Nation of Intimidation. I like that a lot. More weekly stability, you say? Yes, let's get protection rackets now in our country. This is the Sopranos Italy that we're playing as today. We have an offer of friendship from the Albanians. Looks like our Mafia tactics are already working on the Albanians. They're scared of us. I'll tell you what, guys, if you pay us every week, we will protect you. Nice. Now that we're getting a beautiful 0.75% weekly stability, let's go back to fixing our industry. We'll do some austerity measures and start to get rid of Black Monday finally. And also, we can expand the Axis of Bosses. Now, isn't that the best faction name you've ever heard of? So let's create the Axis of Bosses here. We'll see what nations around this world want to be a part of the Mafia. Hopefully very many. And we can expand the Axis of Bosses. So now that we have it created here, we can expand it. We can invite certain nations, as long as they either match our ruling party or have certain leaders in charge. Even America, if the combined syndicates of America and Al Capone takes charge of America. Alright, you know what? Let's work on our army. We'll do the Royal Armed Forces, then we'll do take the fight to them. And I believe if we do this through our focuses, the Third Internationale should hopefully not intervene on the Socialist Republic of Italy's behalf, and they'll only have limited options to help these guys out. And with this focus done, let's head on over here. Oh, we can't actually do this one because we're in a faction. Oh, okay. Alright, so never mind. Scratch that idea for right now. We might have a full-on conflict with the Third Internationale. We're going to need to build up some more, so I guess in that case, we'll keep industrializing a little bit for now. But look at this, I also didn't realize we are a member of the Global Crime Syndicate, which gives us some pretty nice buffs, actually. Finally, we can end the crisis of Black Monday, so let's do that now. And our economy will be fully operational once again, and we can get ourselves a thriving economy. Hey, look at this. We can expand the axis of bosses. We can invite Goringia into the axis of bosses. Is that Hermann Goring? Oh, of course it is. All right, well, sure. Let's invite him in and see what he says. Well, actually, it looks like Goring declined. Guess that's all right. I think we're probably better off without him anyway. All right, it's finally time we head back down to our Mafia part of the focus tree. So we'll organize the bosses and their Capodicina, and we will stretch our operations northward. That sounds incredible. Our arch nemesis, the Socialist Republic of Italy, gains minus 15% stability? Yeah. Well, it's 1939 now, and many nations have actually started to join the Third Internationale. They got Sweden, Mexico, Chile, even Iceland. If this is how this works, we are in for quite the tussle with these guys whenever this war starts. Well, it looks like the combined syndicates of America have won the Civil War, and unfortunately for us, I don't think they went down the Al Capone path. And also Germany is in on Russia, so the Commune of France is in on them, so our time is near. The Second Weltkrieg is underway, and we are almost to the point where we can liquidate Northern law and order and get our own war goals and try to unite Italy under the Mafia. So here's the template we're going for. Okay, wait, what's going on? Italian Civil War resumes. Hold on a second here. Looks like in the north, the Republic of Italy and the Socialist Republic of Italy are going at each other. Let's line up our own forces actually now. All right. Let's establish new syndicates amid the northern families in our enemy, the Socialist Republic of Italy. Hopefully we should cause some chaos up there. The Socialist Republic of Italy actually took out the Common Republic of Italy up here in the north. This game might take me 30 more hours to complete. Look at how slow this time is going. It is 1939, for gosh sakes. It's time we get a Mafia Air Force over the skies. So let's design the FRAD 08 after a recent channel member. We'll get a ton of production on them, and we're putting a lot of our faith into these things. And we'll also need to design some CAS. We'll name these boys the Daniel Merceau after another glorious channel member of ours. And the Entente in the Kingdom of Sardinia have declared on the Socialist Republic of Italy now. We keep getting these events, little mafia things going on in our country. Some high-profile taking outs. And nothing but accidents, of course. We also have events like saying, oh, these guys have paid up and it gives us a civ. It really immersed me in the world of the Mafia. Alright, and with this focus done, we can finally liquidate Northern law and order, grabbing our war goals, and the Socialist Republic of Italy gets the event that the Mafia attacks, and they get Mafia operations, minus 10% org, 5% attack and defense, and minus 10% surrender limit for 200 days. And they don't want to call their allies in, and their allies definitely don't want to join in. Guess we have about a 200-day period where we might be able to capitulate the Socialist Republic of Italy without any intervention. Hey, look at this, another one. The illicit state. We have untold wealth, the Mafia controlling every facet of life, and we get 20 political power and a civ. So see, it's just little things like that. There we go. Focus finally done. We'll start with the Vatican. Hopefully we'll get these guys out of the way with first. There's the fall of Rome, and there goes the Papal State. We'll take the Papal State for ourselves, and we'll take their fleet. Now we have a full unified front line against the Socialist Republic of Italy, and we'll declare on the Socialists, finally. Oh man, I've been waiting for this. And yes, our Air Force is certainly doing the numbers. With only 65 casts in the air, we're doing 3 damage. That's not too bad, am I right? And we are making our push. It seems that these guys are definitely scared of the Mafia. They have yet to join in. And yes, our push is going insanely well so far. And the Socialist Republic of Italy has capitulated now. So there we go. We have united Italy for right now. I'm tired of sitting around and waiting, so let's start justifying on the Commune of France. It's going to take us 30 days. Alright, it's time we declare on France. Let's do it. The Mafia will come for you, France. You need to pay up and let us take Italy, please. Our Air Force is now over them. Get some cast damage in. The Federation of the Communes of France sue for peace. That's actually great. We annex the Socialist Republic of Italy and at white peace with them. Let's end this. Oh, that's actually fantastic. I didn't realize that happened. We can now form Italy. There we go. The Italian Empire has been declared by the Mafia. We are now the state of Italy. So now that we're at peace, we can start to build up and try to decide where we want to go next in the world now that we don't have to fight the Third Internationale. We'll actually cancel our focus here, and we'll do the final focus in our Mafia side of the tree, a new generation of Dons to subdue a united Italy. There we go. This focus done. Let's do Fratelli d'Italia. We gain a research slot and an Empire Reborn. Looks like the Germans aren't doing too hot. They've lost Berlin to the Russian Soviet Republic. So yeah, I anticipate we probably will be fighting the third and fourth international. I don't know why there are two internationals, and I don't know why they are different, but I'm glad they are, because if we fought all of these guys at the same time, I doubt we would have a good time. I actually think we might as well justify on Austria, because they are also going by the wayside here, and we'll see if we can get a little war score before these guys collapse. And here is our big event here, the questions of leadership and the future of the Casa Nostra. Essentially, we can get a new family, a new person in charge of our country, and I think I want to align with the independence movement and the Sicilian Robin Hood, Salvatore here, so let's click on him. And now we have Salvatore Giuliano in charge of our country. Pretty good buffs from him, which is why I wanted to go with him. And our justification is complete. Let's declare on Austria. They have nothing, very little on our border, so we'll just advance right on in. We'll hit the magic button right away, honestly. We'll get them going aggressive for now. We'll get our air up as well. And with that focus done, we can do Italia Irredenta. We get foreign policy decisions to increase our Italian claims around the area. I like the sound of that. The Frado 8s and the Daniel Marceau are making terrific work of the Austrian Air Force here in the region. And there we go, we're into Zagreb. There is some stiff resistance here in Austria, but remember, these guys, they're lined up here, but we are not at war with the Germans. We're only at war with Austria, so they're kind of stuck here for right now, and I'm using that to my advantage. We're going to hopefully push right on in to Vienna. Wow, look at this beautiful encirclement we've just got around the city of Graz here. We've got 8 divisions in this tile, and one more here, as well as these 2 guys here. That's a big blow to the Austrian army, and look, we are right at the gates of Vienna. We're actually walking in right now, and there we go. Taking Vienna. And that's it. The Austrian Empire has capitulated. I guess they were the only major left. So there, we can grab our rightful Italian cores. And there we go. The peace deal is done. It is kind of ugly. There were a lot of little states, and I knew I'd miss one, and I did miss this one here. And there we are. Italia Irredenta done. Oh, there goes the Reichspakt. The axis of bosses stands alone here in Europe. We have no friends, not even Albania. I think the stage is set for a tussle with the Third Internationale. Yeah, remember that thing I was saying about the Internationales? Yep, they have definitely joined up. I don't know if we can defeat these guys. This is pretty crazy, but I mean, we might as well give it a little bit of a try. I mean, it can't hurt. We can always end the video if it doesn't go well, right? And something just tells me this is not going to be a very fun fight against the Third Internationale. They have taken out everything. Switzerland, why? You're just giving them a bigger border against us. Please. Why did you do that? You know, if Switzerland thinks they can take on the Third Internationale by themselves, who's saying we can't? I mean, look at them go. So we've sent an ultimatum to the Swiss for Ticino back. I don't want to stab you in the back, Switzerland, while you're fighting pretty much our main enemies probably for the rest of this game, but just give me my little bit of land and go on with our days, and okay, of course. And alright, let's just declare on them. Yeah, they have nothing here. And there we go. We have capitulated them. And I'm gonna finally design some medium tanks for our army. Alright, here's what we'll go for our medium tank, and we will call these boys the Dafusk 8s, after a channel member. And lastly, let's do Greater Italia Reclaimed. Alright, I think we're to the point now where we're as ready as we're ever going to be. Manpower is a constraint, and we can only increase our conscription by being at war. So what we're going to do is we're going to go towards Tirana. It gives us a war goal on the Democratic Republic of Albania. So let's declare war, which should drag us to war with all of the Third Internationale. Let's see how this thing goes. The goal is sweep here, take out Iberia, consolidate here, and then do a large push into Russia. And I don't know, we'll see how far we can get, because there is a lot to take out. Alright, it looks like this is about as far as we're going to get for right now. Honestly, not too bad at all. Well, this might help our situation a little bit. The Second Russo-Japanese War has kicked off. The front lines have, I would say, stabilized, but they're actually pushing us quite heavily down here in the Balkans. It is just tough to get air. They have so much air. Although we are winning the war in the skies in terms of numbers, they still get great air because of the sheer quantity of their air force, not quality, and that is unfortunate for us. Well, gentlemen, I don't know if we're going to have the good ending in this game. This is getting ridiculous. They have so many troops and air and industry. The Syndicalists took over like everything. And I don't know how common this is in Kaiserredux, but we do have our tank corps out now under Salvatore, our current leader. The first tank will be the Mortimer, the second tank will be the Simplified, and the third tank will be the Wojtek Novacek. All after channel members. Let's see if these guys can do anything. Oh man, that's really weird. How did that happen? Wow, our glorious tank divisions, the Mortimer, Simplified, and Wojtek Novacek, just convinced all of the 3rd Internationale majors to just surrender like that. Wow, that is very strange. Oh wow, that's incredibly weird. What happened? I mean, looks like our tank divisions and our Mafia leadership has convinced the rest of the world to join the state of Italy. That's gonna do it for this one. If you watch this far, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me, and let me know what fun paths in Kaiserredux you'd like to see me try next. Thank you to my glorious channel members up on screen right now. Your support is very much appreciated, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.